All right, and hello and welcome to Help Desk with Joe. And today I have with me this fella named Joe.
Really?
Joe.
Wow.
Welcome.
There's a concept.
I figured I'd change it up. It's always I have with me Joe. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, and now that we got past our comedy routine, we'll start on with the serious stuff. Help Desk with Joe here to help people save money, make their lives more efficient, and help protect them from online and phone and scams and stuff like that. So out here helping the community out. And today, my favorite stuff. Now, not my very favorite stuff, but favorite stuff.
Ranks right there close to second.
If we could dunk it in water, then it'd be my very favorite.
Well, we can dunk it in water, but I'd rather get not.
Right, so we have a product review today, and today we're reviewing the
PlayStation TV by Sony.
All right.
I like that slide in.
I know. I planned that. We're going to change it up a little bit and try to build some excitement here with the show.
All right.
A little box with a lot of stuff in here.
Yes.
All right, so I'm going to break it out of the box. You give us a quick overview on what we got here.
Okay. What the PlayStation TV is, it's a product released by Sony just last week, and the concept is to take all the older PlayStation games, the original PlayStation 1, the PlayStation Portable, PlayStation Vita games, makes it able to play it on your TV. So like for the original PlayStation 1, instead of having to find the old system and not the old disc itself, you can actually download all this onto the system.
All right, and I don't know what I expected. When you told me about this and you brought the box in and we took it out and looked at it, I kind of didn't really expect the remote, the controller.
Right.
But it is the familiar old PlayStation remote.
Right.
In a little tiny box.
Yes.
I'll hand that to you and you can give us a quick description of what you got here.
Okay.
Because I'm still amazed. It's the size of a deck of cards.
Right.
Crazy. Now,
this comes in two different models. Both models comes with this. This is the PlayStation TV. This is, like your Roku box, stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It comes with, of course, here at the front says Sony. On the side here, it has a PS Vita port. So if you have a PlayStation Vita, you can play the games on here. Most of the games.
What's a Vita?
That is the mobile gaming system, kind of like a Game Boy or a DS. Okay. It's Sony's version of it.
All right. So if you got the small handheld mobile version, you can plug it in.
Yeah, you can just take the cartridges. You don't have to have this.
Okay, so you don't have to do that, just put the cartridge in.
Right, you just put the cartridge in, which we'll get more detail later about compatibility issues.
Right.
But you plug them right in here and play straight on your TV.
Nice. Okay.
Now, of course, here's your power button. But there's a slot here for the PlayStation card, memory card it comes with the
system.
With the expanded system that we purchased. It takes only the PlayStation Vita size cards that comes with 1 gig memory built into the device, but you can buy the expansion cards 8, 16, I think even 32 gig.
Wow, okay, so huge memory for a little box.
Right.
Okay.
And a USB port, this is for charging for your controller, for your wireless controller. HDMI hooks up to your TV. That's the only thing you can hook up to your TV. There's no RCA, the red, white, and yellow jacks.
So it has to be a newer TV that takes HDMI.
Right.
Shouldn't be a problem nowadays. If you're planning on getting this kind of system, you probably have a newer TV either way.
Right.
All right.
And this last port here is the Ethernet port, so you can run either hardwired or wireless inside your home.
So I think that's key, and you mentioned that before the show, wireless as well. So you don't even have to have a hardwire if you don't want to.
Right.
Okay. Sounds fantastic. Okay. Kind of went through the description. Talk a little bit about what it brings to the table.
Okay. Well, like I said, there's two different models. Both models comes with this.
Right.
The model with just this is $99.
Okay.
It comes with just this, the electric wire plus the HDMI cable.
Okay.
For $139.99, which is the kit we purchased, it comes with the system, the controller, the plugs for your television and electric, as well as an 8 gig memory card.
Okay.
Plus, it comes with the Lego Movie video game free.
So you get a game, a controller, and all the goodies to go with it.
Right.
For $40 more.
Right.
That's a pretty good deal, really.
Right, but if you don't want to spend the extra $40, any PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 controllers work just fine. You just have to sync it up with the box.
Yep. So once they sync, you're good to go. Okay. Talk a little bit about the options that come with it. Now, we all know it's a PlayStation.
Right.
You've talked about needing internet connection. What do you get with that?
Okay.
What games do you play? How does that work?
Okay. For this system, to get the most out of this system, you have to have a broadband connection. If you don't have internet, if you have satellite internet or hotspot or any kind of internet that limits you as far as bandwidth wise, you're allotted so much a month.
Right.
I don't recommend this.
Right.
Because
this won't carry it.
Right. Well, you'll end up eating up all your bandwidth just to download one game.
Right.
So, but what this offers is, when they launched last week.
Could you take it somewhere that, like, if I brought it to your house and have you download the game and take it back to my house to play?
Sure. Yes. Yeah. If you purchase a game, as long as it's a game that doesn't require internet connectivity, yeah, you can download it just fine. Like the Lego game, you can play it offline.
Right. So as long as it's a game that can be played offline, you can download it somewhere else that has broadband capabilities or streaming and go to town.
Right. And with the sides of it, you can even take it with you on vacation, hook it up to the TV in your hotel room, and play.
Oh, wow, that is nice.
Yeah.
You didn't mention that before the show. That's a good surpriser. Okay. All right. Talk a little bit more about the games.
Okay. When it launched last week, it came with over 700 games available to purchase for download.
Right.
And the games that are available are the original PlayStation 1 games, not the entire PlayStation 1 library, but a lot of the original PlayStation library games.
700 games is a lot of room
Right.
to fit in any game you might want.
The PSP, the original PlayStation Portable System,
Yep.
the PS Vita, plus minis,
Yep.
what they call mini games, kind of just a generic game for kids to play.
Right. Okay. So over 700 games, that's huge. The portability, being able to download the games to the unit and then take it with you, very, very nice. A
Right.
lot better than packing around a big console.
Right, and the
Okay.
disc and everything else.
Okay. Talk a little bit about your pros then. Let's go straight into the pros. What
Okay.
are Joe's pros for the PlayStation TV?
Pros, first thing, the price. I mean, for $100 to get the capability of all this, it's awesome.
Yeah, that, you know what, that is really cheap. Okay. And then 140 you get the controller and the 8 gig memory stick
Plus a free game.
and a free
And
game.
the game's $40 alone at the store.
Right. So,
And the reason I bought it is I've got the original PlayStation sitting on the shelf collecting dust,
Yep.
and I've got a load of discs. But if I could just download it right here, it's well worth it.
Oh, yeah.
So I really like the concept, and I hope to see them expand the library into maybe all of their original PlayStation games.
right.
So I'm holding out hope for that.
Maybe over time they'll load them back in.
Right.
Okay. All right. Any other pros to go along with it? Game selection's a big one.
Right.
I think that's really good.
Plus price, plus ease of setup. Literally, took it out of the box and plugged in the HDMI port to my television, plugged it in the electric, and turned it on.
Good to go.
Yes.
Okay, that's a really good lineup of pros. What about the downside? Is there any cons?
Okay.
All right,
Well, now-
take that there is some
Yeah.
cons.
with this concept being new to the market, there are some cons which over time that I almost guarantee Sony will fix.
Okay, we'll take that as a guarantee.
Okay. Along with the games, there are apps that come with the system. You can download a Twitter app.
Right.
You can download the Crackle app for movies.
Yeah.
But there's about 5 or 6 apps, period. There's no Netflix, there's no Hulu, there's no Amazon Instant Streaming, there's no Pandora, no Slacker, none of the big major
Right.
apps that's on everything else. It's not available on this
So
device.
it's just geared towards gaming for the most part with a couple of
For right now. I'm sure once momentum builds up that they'll bring in the big guys, but
Yeah.
right now those options aren't available.
Okay, what else you got going on?
Okay, like I was talking about the PlayStation Vita games, an issue I ran into, like with the Lego game, there was parts of the game that required you to actually touch because it's used to having a touch screen on the PlayStation Vita. So that was kind of quirky for me.
Yeah.
And there's issues that other people have been reporting with the games that have touch screen capability that they're kind of working over. But Sony's releasing a patch that if you're running into that issue, or if you have some PlayStation Vita games itself that it won't play,
Right.
there's a patch you can download that should fix some of the games. They have a complete list on their website, which we'll put the links below, of what games are compatible with this system.
Nice. Okay. Anything else? I know you had very few cons, but what else you got?
One issue I ran into was I had trouble with it turning on as far as from the controller, because with Sony they're famous for hitting your PS button and it turns the power on. I was having issues with it. I'd actually, get up out of my chair and, and push a button. I know, yeah, I'm talking about being lazy here, but every other system I'm used to just pushing that button, and minor inconvenience, but not a deal breaker.
Yeah. Shows you how much I know about video games. I did not know you could do that.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay. So, but it works some of the time, just not all the time.
Right.
All right. That's not too bad. Any other cons to go with it?
The last con I have is the interface. When you can turn it on and the menus to go between your apps and all that, it was kind of hard for me to maneuver back and forth because it just didn't feel right to me. And I think it's because I'm used to a game with a disc or whatever, and
Right.
I've got a PlayStation 3, so I'm used to hitting the home button and getting an option to quit the game or whatever.
Right.
I found this real tedious to work with because once I got in the game, I was like, okay, how do I get out of here? And you hit the button like you do in your regular PlayStation games to exit out, and it just sits there.
Right.
So you have to hold down the circle button to wipe it, to shut the game off and go back into your main screen. So I found it real tedious trying to work back and forth between the
Right.
screens.
So they didn't follow the usual format of the regular PlayStation.
Right.
Okay, different format. Now that you've had it, maybe if you played it some more and got used to it, it might come around.
Yeah. The longer I played with it, the easier I got to maneuver because I figured out how to maneuver. But right out of the barrel, I just like, it's different.
All right. Well, your final thoughts as a whole. Now you had 3 pros: price, game selection, ease of setup. 4 cons, 5 cons: the lack of apps. The Vita games won't play without the patch. Controller turning the system on, require the touchscreen with some of the Vita games, and then tough interface.
Right.
Overall,
the concept is great. Sony always gets caught, gets it on the chin saying that, nobody likes PlayStation because this, that, and the other. Well, Sony is always kind of the trendsetter.
Yeah.
When they brought the PlayStation 3 out, they was the first console that had the Blu-ray player. Now everybody
Right.
else is playing catch-up. So the concept is great. Being able to relive those old games and being actually able to get them on one device instead of tearing out your old system and firing it up, great. I love the concept. I'm hoping to see, if anybody, Nintendo do that, going all the way back to the original NES. I mean, with the massive library they have, I would love to see this on their platform.
I agree with that's a great final thought, and it's hard to beat. You're right. A box the size of a deck of cards that allows you portability, and then bringing back 700 plus games is fantastic.
Right.
Okay. Joe's thumbs up, thumb down, 5-star rating. What do you want to throw out there today?
Well, for right now, the PlayStation TV gets a 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Okay, not bad.
Not bad. And for a Christmas gift for kids, if you don't want to spend that big money on the $300, $400, $500 systems, this is a great option.
Yep.
Just be prepared for internet connectivity and jumping through the hoops of getting used to a different interface.
Okay. Sounds great. Comes in a little box, and you're right, for $140 with a game, a controller, the memory stick, good to go. That's hard to beat for a present.
Right.
With very little issues other than some stuff you'd have to
Yeah, some minor stuff. I mean,
not bad.
It's nothing major like when the new consoles come out, they always have issues where it overheats and shuts off. This never overheated, this never shut off. I mean, we didn't have the issues that a lot of the big consoles have.
All right, if I wanted to call you up and I needed to have one of these, how'd I get a hold of you?
You can give us a call at our offices at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com, or be like Dave and like us on Facebook.
You betcha. I like the Facebook, your daily deals. You list all your specials on there. You can go straight into your new store. Fantastic. And remember, if you need to order anything or you have any questions, call A&M Digital Technologies. We have Joe here and Cena behind the scenes producing the show, taking care of our community and our youth, and putting all our shows into podcasts.
On YouTube.
Ustream, online, getting them there for us, and our Facebook pages. So we really appreciate A&M Digital Technology sponsoring all our shows. And we'll be back next week. And you wouldn't let me play with this earlier. And I noticed you kept one of the cords at home, so I couldn't take it with me.
I got to take care of it.
I know, I understand. One of these days, I hope to be the demo guy. But for now, we really appreciate it. Thank you, Joe. Seeing behind the scenes, A&M Digital Technologies here supporting our community and our program. And we'll be back next week with some more news with Joe.
Sounds good.
All right.
Thank you.